Welcome to this week's Swarf and Chips. It's going to be a good one this week because we're here at NCMT's headquarters in Coventry. They're holding their Akuma Affordable Excellence Open Days and Makino EDM Days.
And if you thought Akuma was out of your price range, think again. We're going to prove you wrong, and we're going to investigate the latest technology on the EDMs.
So we're talking technology, speaking to management, and there's a little bit of a competition going too.
Dave, here at NCMT, another record year, but this is your second day of the Akuma affordability, but now you bring the EDM in from Makino's. Tell us a little bit about the event, why you're actually having this event and the type of people that are turning up today.
Okay, so the timing is about right really that we introduce our affordable excellence range of machines from Akuma. Because Akuma have a reputation of high technology, of course, but they also have a reputation that maybe the price is a bit challenging for some customers. We'd like to pull down those barriers and show that you can afford an Akuma. It is a very competitive package, but not just on price. You know, the technology level is very high. So on one of our affordable excellence machines, we're showing high accuracy and so typical Akuma quality that you would expect across any of the Akuma products.
And one thing I noticed in the field with the Akumas is a big word, multitasking.
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, that's the way the industry has gone, and you tend to, unfortunately, put price with that. You know, prices of the price of those machines can be quite high. But again, we're proving with the affordable excellence range that we have that you can compromise on price. You know, you can get it at a very valuable package.
Not excluding Makino, a lot of engineers may know Makino from a grinding point of view, but EDM, it's been in your portfolio for a number of years, been very successful, but why bring this into the event today?
Okay, so yeah, we're well known with our Makino products, particularly in the aerospace field where we have a very strong presence, but Makino are well established with EDM, and frankly speaking, you know, we really weren't promoting that product well enough. So we've invested over the past few years now in people, in demonstration machines, and we see that as a growing part of our portfolio that we can offer customers now, and it's being very successful.
Now, I know you've had a year-on-year success financially, but there's a little Queen's Award that happened last year. Tell me a little bit about that as well.
Yeah, I think it was recognition really to all the hard work that everyone has put in at NCMT. It was the Queen's Award, that we won. Yeah, it's nice to wear the badge, and it's nice to stand out because there's not so many companies in our field that have reached that accolade. And it just gives us all a boost and a nice warm feeling, but at the end of the day we've still got to do the business, we've still got to continue with the growth that we've achieved over the past few years, and we want to build on that, of course, going forward.
And I think it's a great, successful UK story that you have here. Thanks very much, Dave. Now, I'm going to hand over to Gio, who's talking to Richard about the skiving on one of the Akuma machines.
Power skiving was one of the main features at the last event, and it's still a big feature at this event. But what are you showcasing this time?
Yeah, I mean, when you speak of power skiving, you know, us with our mill-turn machines, you know, we seem to paramount really with this power skiving process, achieving real accurate gears. But this event really is looking at our affordable excellence range, the Genos machines. You know, affordable excellence, we look at those two words, affordable and excellence. The affordable side of things, you know, people have always thought that the Akuma range of machines is out of their reach in a budget. But that's not the case, not with our Genos range. And also excellence. The excellence part is key, you know. Akumas are still very high-end, highly accurate machine tools, you know, so this event is really trying to showcase that.
So you're going to prove to people that attend this event why they are affordable, and can you go into a little bit more detail why they are affordable and why people should consider an Akuma when looking at their next machine tool?
I think part of the reason they're affordable, you know, you look at these machines, these Genos package machines, what they do is they build them to a specific specification, so there's not an endless list of options. You know, trying to minimise that means that the build can be done a lot easier and a lot more stringent on what's on the machine. So that is one of the key things on the reason why they're affordable.
Now, what machines are you displaying here today?
So we have our Okuma Genos L3000, which is our new direct drive spindle lathe machine, turret lathe machine. We have our new 5-axis Genos vertical, so with a trunnion style table. We also have our Multus B250 machine, which has a very large y-axis, plus or minus 100 millimeters. That's quite new to the range. And then we also have a 3-axis vertical machining centre, a very rigid machine, a 15,000 spindle, you know, very high productive machine.
With a y-axis of that scope, you know, what advantages do you get?
You know, a lot of people look at these mill-turn machines and think about what can I machine with that y-axis. But this machine also is a very, very small footprint. So, you know, something that's quite prismatic, you know, you wouldn't normally put it on a lathe, but this would go on a lathe with some turn features and enable you to put a prismatic part on with minimal turn features.
So we're going to go back to Mark, who's looking at the Makino EDMs.
Richard, that was a fantastic presentation on the Makino EDMs. Now, one thing I didn't know is that Makino making machines since 1979. That's absolutely amazing on the EDM side. Now, you're talking about excellence on the Akuma side. What I'm really interested to know is Makino are very high precision EDM machine and hole drilling machines, but what makes a difference and what makes them competitive?
Well, Makino being a high-end product, we find that some of our unique features set us aside. And for example, on a wire erosion machine, we have a very robust cast, really good construction of machine tool, and we have some features like an anti-rust feature, and having the same hyper-eye control across all platforms leads us to be very unique and very generic across the whole EDM range.
And when you look at the machines that you've got on here, you've got a number of different wire and sink machines. What do you think is more popular for the UK market?
Well, with the rise in additive manufacturing, we're finding that the wire cut machines are becoming more and more popular because they have to remove the sub base plate for production purposes. So I would say wire cut is tending to lead the market now, and there is a very niche market for die sync with some ultra high precision requirements out there.
And with the machines that you've got on demonstration, just give me a quick sort of 30 seconds on each machine, what you're showing here and showing the benefits of the machines.
Okay, so behind us we have the U3 Heat, and that's our entry-level wire cut machine, which has a very unique maintenance setup. You can actually clean the upper and lower heads, remove the wire guides and reassemble within a very short period of time. We've had a little bit of a speed challenge on that this week, and some people that have never come near the machine, they're doing it in sub 1 minute 30, which is, you know, very, very commendable.
I believe we're going to have a go at that anyway, see how we compare as engineers. But what else have you got on the show here? So
we have the new die sync range. We have the U6 Heat. Again, that shows a very, very good machining base. It has an acceleration of 1.5 G in the Z-axis, which aids removal, helps for high-speed rib work, and gives us a very cutting-edge dynamic machine.
And what type of tolerances do these machines get down to?
Wire cut we can go to hold a micron with pitch accuracy of up to 0.5 of a micron. Die sync, again, we have pitch accuracy of up to a micron, and stock removal levels we can machine down to 2 microns positional.
Now, one thing I've noticed is the touch screen controls that you've got here. Explain a little bit more about that.
So the functionality of that is very, very similar to your standard pad. We've tried to keep it generic so that people can jump onto either or machine, have the same feel for it, and it's user friendly. People like that. The other advantage we have is HyperConnect. That allows us to bring up the CAD model on a second screen on the wire cut, so you can view your CAD model while you're machining, make alterations, or also answer your emails because time's precious.
And one thing I've known about the EDM market is it's about lights out engineering. Have you got automatic wire feeds on the wire machines?
Yes, all wire machines come with automatic wire feeds. Additionally, they come with taper cutting of up to 45 degrees in certain instances. Wire feed repeatability as well, and we can feed wire down to 20 microns.
Now, a lot of people, as in engineers, will probably know Makino from the grinding applications. Very, very high tech. Now, does the Makino EDM portfolio, are they competitive on price?
Yes, we are very competitive on price. We've looked at where we need to streamline our, let's say, machining, our manufacturing costs. We have some unique ways of keeping the standard and keeping the excellent cost effectiveness of Makino, and also the machine quality is second to none.
For any engineers that are looking for an EDM solution, what do you offer at NCMT?
Well, we have a very good applications department. We have a very broad range of Makino EDM, die sink, wire cut and small hole drill. As I say, a unique control across the board. Our team's very strong with a wealth of EDM experience. Either myself or Scott Horton are able to visit you north, south, and we have representatives in Ireland as well.
And do you think the MTD team might be able to actually beat your times on the challenge?
I'm sure you'll give us a good go. Well, let's see, Mark.
Affordable is the Genos range, but it's the excellence that I want to get stuck into. And I've got Richard here, who is super intelligent and he knows everything technically. So I'm going to challenge him. You've got 30 seconds to tell me why you and how you incorporate your intelligent technology. Let's start off with the thermo-friendly concept. Let's go.
Okay, thermo-friendly concept. It's Akuma's own system where rather than looking at the temperature changes in your environment and changing those temperatures, they say they deal with it. They deal with it part of the design, so they design the machine in such a way that expands and contracts in linear motion. They then put a mapping on the control that constantly monitors the machine's temperature and changes the linear axis movements, making sure your machine stays accurate as possible. That's one of the key things, making sure the accuracy stays as accurate as possible, down to 0.1 of a micron movements. This really is really key technology on the machine. Constantly keeping temperature.
Stop. You're gonna. That's it. That's all the time you got. Okay, Richard. So topic number 2: collision avoidance. Let's go.
Okay, so collision avoidance. It's a collision detection system, so it's constantly monitoring the machine's movements, making sure it stays again not in a collision situation. This is done by using Akuma's 3D model, so it's actually made by the manufacturer. The customer then models in their workpiece, their work holding, their tools, making sure that's all done correctly. They have a completely collision-free environment. This gives the operator peace of mind, so they can now get on with doing their job, looking at the cutting process more, rather than worrying about any collisions that are going to occur.
Time's up. Well done. So topic number 3: machining navi. Go.
Okay, so machining navi. Akuma got different variations of machining navi, which is used in milling functionalities, lathe functionalities, threading. What it is, it's a chatter suppression. So when you get chatter on a component, they try to eliminate that in different ways. On a lathe, the frequency is quite low, so instead of trying to change the RPM, they fluctuate the spindle speed. During milling, they find that the sweet spot can be found, so they change the RPM rather than fluctuating. This can be done using different methods of either a microphone or an onboard vibroscope. So lots and lots of technology are built into the control to make sure they hold this chatter suppression down.
You're doing well. You're doing well. Topic number 4: 5-axis auto tuning. Richard, go.
Okay, 5-axis auto tuning is for 5-axis machining centers, as it says in the name. What this does is an onboard system for checking the geometric errors on a machine. It's not about if you've had a collision and checking the machine. It's fine tuning, getting that fine accuracy on the machine. So we can check up to 11 geometric errors, things like normal, pivot point, but straightness of axis or perpendicularity. This one's key, it's unique. No one else can do this. Once it does these checks, it can then apply a mapping to the control. So after that point onwards, when you're commanding a single axis move, it moves multiple axes in the background.
Oh, Richard, I'm going to have to stop you. I'm so sorry. But you know what? For more information, you can always contact NCMT. You're doing well, Richard. Last but by no means least is your servo navi. You've got 30 seconds. Let's go.
Okay, servo navi is one of the latest intelligent technology by Akuma. What this can do is it can detect, one of the features is detecting work weight. So it detects the work weight that's on your machine, enabling the machine to adjust its servos, whether it be a machining center adjusting the Z-axis on the horizontal table or a lathe adjusting the rotary axis on the spindle. This can then in turn mean you get quicker cycle times, adjusting it dependent on your workpiece. Rather than actually working to the maximum capacity of the machine, it can change that. It also has spike reversal. So over time, it can
Time's
change.
up. I'm so sorry, Richard. Time's up. But like I say, always get in touch with NCMT. Richard, well done. That is explaining your affordable excellence, but also how NCMT incorporate their intelligent technology. I think it's time for a drink. Come on, let's go. After that, you need one.
So in a really competitive fifth axis machine tool market, why would I choose an Akuma?
This event that we've got on at the minute, which is our affordable excellence event, those are two key words that we are looking at against this machine. Affordable. Affordable. People think of it as Akuma's being out of reach of their budget. That's not the case. Akuma build these machines in a manner so they keep it to a very strict specification, so there's not lots and lots of options. Doing that means they can stock these machines and enter them into the market at much lower cost.
So what options do you get with this machine?
So some of those features really are, ABSO scales, the standards. We get 5-axis auto tuning, which is one of Akuma's intelligent technologies, which basically checks the machine, keeps it in check, make sure we've got real fine tuning of the 5-axis machine and keep a real high accurate machine. The other one really is Servo Navi, one of the other intelligent technologies, which looks at the work weight that you've got on your machine. It adjusts those servo drives to enable you to get quicker cycle time depending on the weight of your component.
Some of these features totally unique to Akuma.
Oh, definitely, yes. They are, again, we are a single source provider of machine and elements, so those products are Akuma's own product.
So talk me through the construction of the machine, Richard. What's the rigidity like on this machine?
Oh, Akuma machines renowned for being rigid, robust. They're designed to last for a long time as well. So we have got linear guides machines, so it still is fast, but it is also rigid. We've got a 15,000 RPM 22 kilowatt spindle, so a real good all-round machine.
Now, is it linear drives?
No, it's just normal servo motor drives, ball screw driven, but with linear guideways.
And what kind of configuration of fifth axis rotary table do you have on there?
So we've got double side supported trunnion, so it's our AC axis, direct drive axis on this machine.
And if you had to say, or to put out one message in regards to why should you buy this machine, in one word, what would that be?
Excellence.
Katie, it's so lovely to see another female here at the open house event. So what brings you here?
So Spyrat Sarco that I work for have just invested in some Okuma machines. So we've just come here today to look at the new investments, the new upgrades of the machines.
Okay, so what's your position at Spyrat?
So I'm currently a second-year apprentice, so I'm going through loads of different placements in the company, sort of getting a feel of design, process engineering, assembly, everything, towards machining and things like that.
So you've come here today. What have you learned from today?
I think more the variety that engineering can offer. The machines with the 5-axis, they've got loads of different components that can be made and different setups. It's really interesting to see the different types of industries that the machines can cater for.
So, Paul, what brings you here today?
I'm just doing a bit of networking at the moment. Obviously, we've invested in some Akuma machines ourselves, so it's just really having a look at other people that have invested in the machines, seeing if there's any correlation between what we do and what they do. Just really networking with people and seeing what's out there.
Okay, you've said you've got some machines. How's that going? What machines are there?
The first Akuma we invested in was a Genos 400, which is a basic lathe from them. We've just invested in an MU 6300 5-axis, so that's pretty new to us, big investment, and we're just getting into power skiving of gears on that now, so it's opened up new avenues to us that we didn't have before. So
You kind of answered what I was going to ask you, actually. What has it brought to your company, investing in the latest technology?
It's brought us credence. We've only been going since 2016, so we're a relatively new company, so investing that sort of capital in a machine like the MU 6300, it really has kind of flagged us, and we've got a part here that people can see. We're quite big in the pump industry, and we've done a lot of work with impellers, so that's generated interest to the company as well, so it kind of works two ways.
So the event today is called Affordable Excellence, and you have invested in quite a decent machine from seeing as you've started only in 2016. What triggered you to purchase that machine?
We've always had a good working relationship with the people that work for NCMT, so The gaffer at our place, he's very good terms with one of the sales guys here. But really, it's the Akuma name. I've been brought up there, the Rolls-Royce of machines, and basically we're trying to pitch ourselves that we're the best in the market at what we do. So the Akuma kind of, it drags that along, that people come to us, they see the Akuma, and straight away you get to a different level than you would have done if they walk in and saw a lesser quality machine tool. So,
Mark, what brings you here today?
So we've got a real interest with NCMT being one of the hopeful key suppliers in terms of what we supply in work holding solutions. So we're working on a number of projects with them at the moment, predominantly on the turning machines, but also on the milling machines with some of the gear cutting projects that they're involved with. So it's quite exciting for us to actually come and see the machines as they actually are, rather than just drawings and concepts and videos. So that's why I'm here today, and they kindly invited us down to come and have a look.
So describe your relationship with NCMT.
So we've been a supplier to NCMT now for probably the best part of 25 years. Obviously during the course of recession and things like that, things have been higher and lower in terms of volumes, but at the moment we seem to be really much in the ascendancy with them, so we've got good level of inquiries with them. We've just supplied some quite nice turnkey projects for them for a big automotive manufacturer, so things are going really well with the relationship. We get on really well with the people here at NCMT, very knowledgeable, and obviously the machine tools are fantastic, so we've got a good synergy with them.
What a fantastic day at NCMT. They've had 2 very successful days talking about Akuma, affordability, multitasking. However, the Makino EDMs, we've been set a challenge as much as some of the customers are. Now Richard has actually showed us that we've got to change a couple of things. So as a team, we're going to see if we can get the best time. Right, ready? Go.
Hand it over to our first.
Come on, because
Lyndsey is taking up the round.
Come on,
ready,
come on.
go.
We've only got a minute.
Come on, Vickers, get your hair out of the way.
Okay, go on, we're going.
Don't break your nails.
Great
nails.
technique there, taking the upper guide out.
Time's ticking.
Those nozzles are coming off quite rapidly there.
Do you do the washing up?
Looking good. Deadly, jump in, quick.
Now we're handing over to
Deadly.
Mark,
Do you
taking
do
out the
lower
lower flushing nozzles.
Yeah, joking, not with
Great
fingers as
technique.
soft as that. Things.
So slow. Oh. Heart's
All a
going
little bit
everywhere.
less
Jump.
haste, a bit more speed there, Mark.
Jump.
It's the bigger one.
Come on,
Use the
Deadly.
bigger one.
It's like a snail.
Deadly.
There we are.
We're running out of time.
It's like as bad as his football
Smoothly
skills.
done.
He had a bit more flair with his
Back on
football.
the table.
No, he didn't.
Now for the upper guide.
Oh my gosh, I'm falling asleep.
Upper guide removal with a small end. Perfect.
Are you an engineer, Mark?
No.
I know.
Could have fooled me. On the table, straight back in now, Mark. That
Come
was
on, straight in,
perfect.
straight in,
Yeah,
Mark.
exactly, straight back in.
He didn't listen to what was told.
And the
did
bottom
he?
one. Oh, look at that, two-handed
Tell you
work.
what, I can do 2 things at once.
Multitasking. How long should this take?
Perfect.
That's the wrong one. You put it in the wrong one, Mark.
Fine end at the top. Great
You warmed up,
technique.
Gio. You're up
I'm
next.
ready.
Okay, we're done.
Now for the upper one, Mark. One more.
This one?
Yeah, and use the thick end of the key.
He's taking his time.
Oh, he's doing
Richard's
well.
not impressed.
I'll show you how it's done now.
You'd be
Gio's going to
fired.
bring up the rear and he'll finish it off. Great job.
Some might say he does quite...
Watch what you say, Mark.
No
Watch what you
comment.
say. No comment.
There we go, done.
Perfect. Hand the baton
Done.
over. In we go.
Come on, Gio.
Lower flushing.
He's like Frankie Dettori of machine
Oh,
tools,
no,
isn't he?
Gio,
He is.
with the silver one on
Italian
the left.
To the left,
Perfect.
Italian
Points
stallion.
in.
Come on. We
Look
must have
at-
won this. We
Look
must have
at
won
that,
it.
Yes.
two-handed work.
Nailed
Look
it.
at that. Ambidextrous.
What?
Lower contact goes in.
Oh, you know
Oh,
what? He's got muscles, Gio.
Yes,
does.
is it?
Yeah,
Yeah, just
surprised.
just
Other
the
way,
one.
Gio, other way to the left,
He's moving that fast.
Oh,
not use
someone
the red
just
Allen
said
key if it's
his
too
hands
stiff.
are like bees' wings. They're moving that fast.
Perfect, slide it in.
I like the sound of that.
And there we have
We're
it.
done. Yeah.
Are we done?
Team
Hey!
MPD.
Dum,
Team
dum,
MPD.
da-dum, What? What? They can't write that. Did not finish.
Well, to be fair, we didn't really do well, but I did earlier because 33.05. The engineering.
No. Look, 33 seconds, and that's why they've awarded me this.
You're too young to drink that anyway.
No, I'm not. Right, okay, NCMT, great day here, and it's just like they were at Mac. It's a real kind of family-friendly, very welcoming atmosphere here.
Akuma, Makino, EDM, 5-axis, multitasking, a great array of customers and sectors. Sum it up in 2 words.
Affordable excellence.
Okay, come on, I'm going to have some of this. You can drive, because I want to have a drink.
You got me out of jail.